Hi, and welcome to Mam Countdown. In this video, we are going to count down 4 top 10 thriller movies on Netflix and Amazon Prime. 10. Extraction, 2020. Storyline? Let me be honest with you. Most action thrillers are completely forgettable, aren't they? You've seen one, you've seen them all. Tyler Rake, a burned-out mercenary played by Chris Hemsworth, takes what looks like a routine job: extract the kidnapped son of a drug lord from the streets of Dhaka, Bangladesh. But everything goes catastrophically wrong. Every criminal, every corrupt cop, an entire city is hunting them down. Can one broken man outrun an entire system? It is relentless, breathless, and brutally emotional. IMDb rating, 6.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes rating, 67%.
This is a safe place.
9. The Woman in the Window, 2021. Storyline. Here is the uncomfortable truth. Most psychological thrillers cheat you. They build tension, then hand you a lazy twist and call it a day? Dr. Anna Fox, played by Amy Adams, is an agoraphobic child psychologist trapped inside her New York apartment, numbing her fear with wine and old movies. One rainy night, she witnesses something horrifying through her window: a violent crime in the house across the street. But nobody believes her. Is she losing her mind, or is the danger devastatingly real? IMDb rating, 6.1/10. Rotten Tomatoes rating, 26%. 8. Saltburn, 2023. Storyline. Nobody warned you Saltburn would haunt you for weeks, did they? Oliver Quick, a scholarship student at Oxford, struggles to belong until the impossibly charming and wealthy Felix Catton takes him under his wing. An invitation to the Catton family's sprawling English estate for the summer seems like an absolute dream. But Oliver is not what he appears. Obsession, manipulation, and dark desire twist into something deeply unsettling and sinister. By the finale, your jaw will be on the floor, and you will never, ever see it coming. IMDb rating, 7.1/10. Rotten Tomatoes rating, 71%.
And eliminated no suspect.
7. Knives Out, 2019. Storyline? Everyone thinks they know who did it. Everyone is completely wrong. When celebrated crime novelist Harlan Thrombey is found dead the morning after his lavish 85th birthday party, his bickering, self-serving family becomes a sea of suspects. But Detective Benoit Blanc, Daniel Craig, absolutely electric in this role, is not buying the suicide verdict for a single second. Rian Johnson's whodunit flips every expectation on its head. It is wickedly funny, tightly plotted, and thoroughly brilliant. The kind of film you desperately want to watch twice. IMDb rating, 7.9 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes rating, 97%.
You know, when I was young, we had a book.
6. Bird Box, 2018. Storyline. Open your eyes and you die. That is the rule, and it is absolutely merciless. An unseen supernatural force has devastated the population. Anyone who so much as glimpses it is instantly driven to violent suicide. Sandra Bullock plays Mallory, a survivor desperately navigating a post-apocalyptic world, blindfolded, protecting 2 young children down a treacherous river. The tension is suffocating. The silence is deafening. Bird Box became one of Netflix's most watched films ever, and honestly, it earns every single view it ever got. IMDb rating 6.6/10, Rotten Tomatoes rating 64%.
Probably the most hated man in America.
5. Gone Girl, 2014. Storyline. Marriage is complicated, but not like this. On the morning of his 5th wedding anniversary, Nick Dunn reports his wife missing. As the media circus descends and suspicion falls entirely on Nick, David Fincher begins peeling back layer after devastating layer of pure deception. Rosamund Pike delivers what might be the most chilling female performance in modern cinema history. Nothing, absolutely nothing, is what it appears to be. You will question every character, every motive, and your own judgment entirely. IMDb rating 8.1/10. Rotten Tomatoes rating 87%.
Condition. Funny every time I see.
4. Memento 2000. Storyline? What if you simply could not trust your own memory? Christopher Nolan's masterpiece follows Leonard Shelby, a man with severe anterograde amnesia. He cannot form new memories, who is hunting the killer of his wife. Told in reverse chronological order, the film puts you inside Leonard's fractured, desperate mind. Every single scene rewrites what you thought you knew. Tattooed clues, Polaroid photographs, strangers who may or may not be helping him. It is dizzying, devastating, and one of the most original thrillers ever constructed. IMDb rating 8.4/10. Rotten Tomatoes rating 93%. 3. Oldboy 2003. Storyline? Some films genuinely break you. Oldboy is one of them. Oh Dae-soo is a perfectly ordinary man who is inexplicably imprisoned in a private cell for 15 years with absolutely no explanation. Then, suddenly, just as mysteriously released. He has only one consuming goal: find out who imprisoned him and why. What follows is Park Chan-wook's brutal, operatic revenge odyssey, one of the most viscerally shocking thrillers in all of film history. The final revelation is so devastating, it will leave you utterly speechless for days. IMDb rating 8.4/10. Rotten Tomatoes rating 81%. 2. 7. 1995. Storyline. Two detectives walk into a story. Only one walks out whole. David Fincher's Seven follows Detective Somerset, a world-weary veteran played by Morgan Freeman, and his brash young partner, Mills, played by Brad Pitt, as they pursue a serial killer using the 7 deadly sins as his murderous blueprint. Rain-soaked, morally corrupt, and suffocatingly dark, This film drags you through the absolute worst of humanity. And that ending, that box, decades later, it still hits like a gut punch. Cinema's most devastating conclusion, full stop. IMDb rating, 8.6/10. Rotten Tomatoes rating, 82%. Parasite, 2019. Storyline? No movie in the last 20 years has hit harder, and that is not an exaggeration. The Kim family is broke, surviving in a cramped semi-basement apartment in Seoul. When their son Ki-woo lands a tutoring job with the ultra-wealthy Park family, the Kims begin an audacious, darkly comic scheme to infiltrate the Park's lives one by one. But what begins as a clever con spirals into something horrifying and deeply tragic. Bong Joon-ho's Palme d'Or and Best Picture winner is a perfect film, funny, terrifying, and devastatingly real. IMDb rating, 8.5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes rating, 99%. Look, here is the honest truth about thrillers. Most of them will disappoint you. They promise tension and deliver cliches, but this list is genuinely different. From the adrenaline-soaked streets of Dhaka in Extraction all the way up to the devastating class warfare of Parasite, these 10 films represent the very best that the thriller genre has to offer right now on Netflix and Amazon Prime. What makes a great thriller is not just jump scares or cheap twists. It is that unbearable feeling of dread that sits in your chest and absolutely refuses to leave. Seven and Memento remind you how genre-defining cinema can rewire your brain entirely. Oldboy and Parasite prove that the most unsettling stories often come from far beyond Hollywood. Gone Girl and Saltburn show you that the most dangerous people are always the ones who smile the warmest. Whether you want to cry, scream, or simply stare blankly at the ceiling wondering what you just watched, this list has exactly what you need. Stop scrolling, pick one, and prepare your... That's it for today. Thank you for watching, and do subscribe our channel to see more videos.